Hi, my name is Rishabh Kandhari, and today I'll give you a quick walkthrough to my project, which is a basic portfolio website. I've used HTML, CSS, and JavaScript inside it for the functionality. Firstly, I'll show you my website. So, it is my website is right here. When you visit the website, you can see that's the functionality. I have simple functionalities I've added for this section, but in particular the Let's Connect session. It allows the user to just contact me by providing an email address, so I can just contact them. And so you can pretty much write anything you want, and you can see here it's being sent, and I'll receive this message through my Gmail services, which I've implemented inside my website. So right here you can see that this message was sent by Rishabh Kandhari and from this email address, so I can just reply later on, and the message was, "Hi Rishabh." So that's it for my website functionality. This is one of the function. Another function I've implemented is JavaScript to just like for my download CV button. So right here you can see my CV is being uploaded. So yeah, that's it. My CV, that's the main functionality from my website. And now I'll discuss about our project. That is, the first part is making sure that you have initialized, make sure that you have a GitHub repository, because what you want to do is like simply create a GitHub account and just create a repository, just like simply doing this, and whatever type of repository you want, public, private, anything, create a repository. That's it for GitHub part, and then you can simply go to your repository and upload all the code files you want. I've done it like this because I'm simply cloning my GitHub repository later on for and using all the files used in my GitHub repository I've already uploaded. I will be just using that for my website as well. So that's my website code is inside here, which is index.html. Just making sure that it's not only HTML. It says HTML because it's a HTML file, but I've already used JavaScript and CSS inside it, and after scrolling inside it, you can just see it there. For the email services, I am simply use the email.js. It's a email service. I've simply connected my email so I can just receive emails from user trying to contact me. So that's it for this part. When you have created your GitHub, that's it. I've given you, and now I'll give you a walk through the instance. So for the instance, you'll just visit your if you want to create your instance, just go to EC2 just instance, and yeah, there will be you can see a launch instance button, right? And you can launch your instance. Make sure that as a security group and everything is according to what I need. Basically allowing access from your own IP and from HTTP and everything. You can just go into edit section and simply just configure it according to your own. If you don't see HTTP and HTTPS, you can just simply add security group rule and just type HTTP and another one HTTPS, and from source type anywhere, because you want people to see your website, right? Yep, and down you go. You can configure your storage. For me it was 30 GB. And you can simply launch your instance. After launching your instance, you'll receive a PEM key. So PEM key, I'll just save it in a folder. For me, I've created a separate folder for project, and here's my PEM key, so I can just simply do SSH into my terminal and configure my system, right? So that's it for this part. Yeah, after you get your PEM key, so now what you can do is also make sure inside that don't forget to allocate an IP address and then elastic IP address, and then you can just simply click here, and then you should just simply associate your elastic IP address with it just link your IP address. So yeah, with your instance. Now these are the packages required to just simply run what I am running: Nginx, web server, certbot for SSL, and yeah, that's it. That's the main packages I have installed here, and also Git for all the Git commands I was using inside. So firstly, I'll just show you the PEM key where I saved. I can simply show you SSH into my here. By doing this command, I just enter my terminal, and I can show you now if my web server is running or not successfully. So by using this command right here, sudo systemctl status nginx, you can see that my web server is running successfully. And yep, and another thing is, like, if you want to also see sorry, by using this command right here, you can simply just enter your editor and just since you have already issued the records and everything, you can simply tell your domain names as well, whatever record you have issued, and connect it with your index.html file you have already uploaded. I've cloned my GitHub and just uploaded index file containing my website. So yeah, and another thing, if you want to see my website is running or not, if you want to check if your web server is running successfully, you can just simply sudo. What it'll do is it'll just run a test, and you can simply see that my web server is running successfully, and all the other stuff I've mentioned in my GitHub, and SSL and everything, all the commands are inside my documentation. And so now you can see that if you want to create I've created scripts by using this, you can simply see my script is working, and you can manually implement this script like this. And the script I used was auto update, so it's checking if my system requires any updates, and it will send my Slack account and on notification if it is working. So if I log in my Slack and I'll check my channels for auto update, I'll receive a message at this time saying my system is updated successfully. So yeah, I've implemented webhook URL in and Slack inside Slack, and you can clearly see that it's working. I'm receiving updates as soon as I have turned on my instance. So yeah, you can see that when I ran this manually, I was able to see it is working fine. So yeah, so now another thing is, like, since you can see that in the starting of our project, the first thing we did was clone our repository. That's the main thing here. For my project, the difference between this difference was, firstly, I installed all the packages and pretty much cloned my GitHub repository right here. This section is really important. When you just clone your repository, you can work with all the commands and all the things I've already mentioned in the video. And yep, this was for the GitHub. Another thing I would also want to discuss is my domain section. So I'll just show you domain. So for domains, you can just simply go to Route 53, and here we have talked about when we visit when we implement the command, we can simply issue the record. So register your domain, and then go to the hosted zones, create a hosted zone like I've created already. So I can just issue records, Since you can see that I have already issued A records, right? So what the, what I can show is like here, after issuing the A records, I went to here and I've simply transformed. Simply told my server that it's my domain is finally linked with it. So that's all for my project. Thank you.